What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XPR Network today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 16th day of August, and here we are, about 10% up today. $0.0066 is the price. 7 hours, 27 minutes left in the day. Having a nice reaction after yesterday's low. We did miss our prior resistance points here. We didn't find support right there, but we found support right at these prior resistance points, and I think that's good enough. We don't have to go lower. I'm not saying this is the low. I'm just saying as of now, I don't have a problem with it. It could be the low. It very well could be the low. We might not go lower, and that we could be bouncing higher from here. Hold on, let me get that. And yeah, we'll see. We'll look at the shorter term stuff. As far as the daily goes, 7 hours, 26 minutes left. If we close this day green like this or higher, that's a nice bounce off the 50, man. The last time we bounced off this area, we had some phenomenal results. The time before that, we bounced off this area, we had some phenomenal results. When we bounced off of it here to the downside, we had some unphenomenal results, dephenomenal. I don't know. It's not always that bouncing off the 50 produces good results, but it's a good look. It's normally a good indication. Whenever you get overbought like this and you bounce off of this area in the in the stochastics, that's also really nice to see as well. Typically, you go from overbought to oversold. So whenever you find support in the range in between there, that's actually very encouraging. MACD, whatever. You crossed red. Who cares? That's you've crossed red before. Here you crossed red, and you built like 2 days after that. So I mean, here we could be building right now. You're crossing red now, and you're still on a green day. So I'm not really too worried about that. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Let's look at the short term stuff, and then we'll zoom back out. All right, Zumba. 1 hour time frame here. Pretty overbought. You could get more overboughter. The MACD is crossing above the 0. We like to see that. That's actually good. That indicates continuation, likely. And then the stochastics here looking pretty bullish as well. You could cool off here. You do have a lot of volume on this 1 hour candle. You do have a gap down there too. I wouldn't be surprised in XPR, knowing XPR, it is pretty damn volatile. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back down to about 0.0062. And with that, we'd probably have the opportunity to go lower than this low. Okay, so don't get too excited. Don't get your feelings hurt if we do come down. High to low here. 0.5 resistance. Maybe we go higher first to 0.007 and then we come down. Don't hold your breath over that. At this point in time, just looking at this, I am somewhat confident that we do come back down from here. Okay? Looking at the 4 hour time. But that doesn't mean that we go lower than this. Maybe we come down to about 0.006, 0.061. 4 hour crossing green. I like to see that. Stochastics look like they want to continue higher. RSI does too. So I like that idea. Continue for now up to 0.007, probably that area, and then you'll probably come back down. Let's see. What would that do? Golden ratio to the 382? High to low? No. Maybe. Let's look at that 1 hour again. Do you fill all of your gaps? That's the question I'm having right now. Do you fill all of your gaps? Because it's a low market cap coin, low liquidity coin. I don't see any gaps down here, though. It looks like you fill them all. Any gaps I do see, they all get filled. Okay, oh no, yeah, that one got filled too. So we're going to run with the idea that maybe not all of your gaps, because I haven't gone through all of your history, but your recent history, it looks like all of your gaps do get filled at some point. So being that you do have a gap here, a pretty clear gap here, I would think that you come down. So I like the idea of continuing up to 0.007, but then you probably come back down to your 236 and find support there at 0.061 area. Okay, the 0.0612 area or lower. There's no gaps below there, so you don't really need to go lower. You don't really even need to go down to fill this gap. Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to go down there, but just statistically speaking, you do fill your gaps, it looks like. So 236 would be the area that you'd go to. Maybe what you see instead is some kind of wick down there and you close. I mean, this thing definitely doesn't need to respect the fibs too much, but if it were to respect the fibs, I think that you'd go down to 0.0612, and then from there you bounce, and then from there you continue to rally. Okay. If I'm wrong, if you get a 1 hour time frame, or let's say multiple 1 hour time frames, a 4 hour time frame to close below 0.0612, let's say multiple 4 hour time frames as well, or a daily time frame to close below there, then you likely will go lower. This likely was just a fake out. It depends on what you do from here, right? If you can't even make it to 0.007 up here, that's okay. Go down here first and then find support and then move higher. As long as you're holding this area as support, I'm okay with it. You can wick below. That's fine. You could wick all the way down here even, and that's fine. But if we start closing 4 hour candles, or a daily candle below 0.0612, I would be under the impression that this was just a little little fake out, little bull trap, and that we do move a little bit lower. Where are we going to go down to if we do move a little bit lower? Nothing crazy, nothing too dramatic, but something probably at about like 0054, 005 itself at the lowest. Let's see, let's double check that, verify that. It's nice though for now, right? It's looking nice for now. High to low. Yeah, you know, I wish I started off with this. I very much actually do believe, just looking at this here, I would believe that we do go to 0052. We don't have to. We definitely don't have to. This thing is squirrely in its own right. Let's see. I like it, man. Golden ratios right there. The 382s right there. So yeah, this is nice, but don't get too excited. Don't get overzealous. Even if we continue up to 007, 007, which is right at that 886 as well, man, it's perfect. You're probably going to move up here, find some resistance, and then come down, find support at your relative 382 from your low to high and your relative high to low golden ratio 618 right there. So something in that area, find support, get that lower low in, and then you're ready to rally. Then you're finding support at prior resistance. Then you're ready to rally. When you do rally, of course, XPR, we're looking for targets that are all the way up at about, I think, somewhere around 5 cents, even just above 5 cents. That's my expectation. At least 2.2 cents, but I'm thinking really 3.5, 3.6 cents to 5.4 cents sounds about right to me. That's where you're going to be over the coming weeks by the end of September, if not sometime in October. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. All that to say, it's nice to see, but don't get overzealous. Don't be FOMOing into this price, okay? If you wait a few days, I'm sure that it'll come back down. Maybe even just wait a day, and it'll probably come back down. But I think that this low, by the way, just so we have a time frame of understanding, I think this low will be achieved, the low that I'm calling for at 0052, within the next week. I think that will happen within the next week. But I could be wrong. Maybe it takes 2 weeks, but I would think it's within the next week. Take care. Bye-bye. See you on the next one.